Shalom Chaverim. You know, things of beauty need an atmosphere, or they need a surrounding. A beautiful painting has an appropriate frame, but actually beautiful paintings are usually found in beautiful homes. An important person, yeah, he also has surroundings. He has usually very tasteful clothing, sometimes quite expensive. Certainly a beautiful home deserves a very nice neighborhood, and so on and so forth. I don't think there's anything more precious than a soul, which is actually a part of God. Now, if you had to house this soul, where would you put it? Would you put it in a precious container that had gold or silver? Perhaps it would be the finest fabrics? No. The Torah tells us that God took this precious soul and he blew it into the dust of the earth. And you ask yourself, well, what is God trying to teach us? A part of him in dust? Indeed, the very name Adam, or Adam in English, but Adam, man, is based on the fact that he comes from Adamah, he comes from the earth. Once again, we talk about how precious a human being is in the image of God, and then what do we call him? Something of a clod of earth, something taken from the earth. Amongst the many possible answers, I'd like to share with you one of the lessons, and that is one thing about the earth, which is very, very, very powerful, is the fact that it changes and it has the capacity to bring out change in others. Let me explain. A lion is born a lion. Yes, we call it a cub, but as this cub develops, it will never change of any of its characteristics of a lion. And never will an apple tree produce an orange unless it's genetically modified. So things are created and stay the way they are. It's just they grow bigger or smaller, stronger or weaker. But the human being has the capacity of change, of transformation, of something into something brand new. Look at the earth. You take a seed, you put it into the earth, and then out comes something completely different. You put it in a seed, out comes a stalk or a sapling, or it turns into a tree. Then we have fruits. All of this coming and being nurtured by the ground itself. You see, what Hashem wants from man is to be like the earth, to transform himself into something of even greater value. And not only that, but to actually bring a change into everything and everybody that he will interact with. Imagine a person born, and he's, God forbid, physically disabled. He doesn't have to stay in that mindset of being disabled. He can make something of himself which is tremendous. In fact, we even have Special Olympics. Some of these people are so inspiring just to look at. They've taken a challenge, and they've grown with that challenge. And they've achieved heights where even healthy people stand back and acknowledge greatness and nobility. It's important to be intelligent and to be very smart, and having a high IQ never hurts. And yet people that are just mediocre in their intelligence and in their ability surprise us. With strong will and determination, they become scholars. Even physical looks, which sometimes we would say, well, they're so plain looking, with judicious makeup, with a sense of a healthy self-esteem, they become very attractive looking people. People can change. People do change. And people can affect change by others. What happened to this man? This Adam, this man who came from the earth? God further emphasizes his capacity to change himself and to create changes by bringing him into an orchard. Of course, we all know it as the Garden of Eden, but it's not a garden that produces only flowers or potatoes. It's more of an orchard because he's surrounded by fruit trees. And God tells him, I want you to stay in this garden, perfect the garden, keep it perfect, to work and serve. You see, because an orchard needs constant supervision. You can't just plant a tree and walk away. You have to make sure that the weeds don't get to it, the insects don't get to it, that it has the proper sun, the proper water, and indeed even maybe to somehow direct it towards the sunlight. What happens when you work hard for this orchard? You reap the rewards. Fruits, things of pleasure, things of beauty, wonderful fragrance. It's something that actually fills you with great, great satisfaction. And this is actually our mandate. Not to be mediocre, not to stay the way we were, but to actually transform ourselves and the world around us into a place of beauty, to a place of holiness, to a place of divine knowledge. Let's hope and pray that we actually use our strength, because we do. We have tremendous abilities. Let's use it. Let's use it appropriately and wisely. And we will be zocha, we will merit the time when the godly knowledge will fill the earth as the water fills the seabed.